Hey folks, it's Dave Isaacs, and today we're going to look at Eric Clapton's guitar solo from Cream's Sunshine of Your Love. And for a lot of us guitar players that grew up in a certain era or gravitate to a certain music, this is a definitive idea of how a guitar solo can sound. And Eric Clapton's lead tone was something that was really compelling to a lot of people. He called it the woman tone. You get that by putting a humbucker guitar on the neck pickup. I believe he was playing SGs or Les Pauls, and roll the tone all the way back. And Clapton called this the woman tone. Now he starts off the solo with a quote from the song Blue Moon. Blue moon, I saw you standing alone. So he's up here on the third string, 10th position, but I've got middle and ring backing up the index. There's going to be a lot of bending in this solo, so we're going to push this 12th fret up a whole step. But we're going to come right off that, and then let's give it some significant vibrato. And then release the bend. We're back to this 12th fret G, but watch this. Which is really cool. I mean, the notes are... But he gets there by bending that 12th fret G. That gets the A. Now the pinky gets the 12th fret of the B string. We go back and bend 12 of the G again. Hit it while it's sustained. Bring it down. Bend it back up. Now, I've listened to this many times. I've played it many different ways over the years. This is what I think is the best fingering and sounds the closest to what I hear on the recording. Of course, everyone's transcription of a solo is subjective in one way or another. The bottom line is what you learned by digging into it, listening to the inflections, not just the licks. And Clapton's vibrato is so distinctive. So here's this opening quote from Blue Moon. This next lick is down in the 7th position, and it's sort of a combination of major and minor pentatonic. We have this. So this first bend is marked as a full tone, but it's not quite. So that would be a whole step, so somewhere in between. And your bends really shouldn't be that precise. You follow in general, quarter step, half step, whole step, 1.5 steps. Certainly listen for how much the note moves, but it's not so precise, and that looseness is part of what makes the whole thing so exciting. So here is the lick, bending up from 9, release it and pull off, pick, and now I'm going to land with a double stop, ring and pinky, and just bring them both up. Now, did Clapton use one finger or two? I'm not sure. I like 2. So, and then, now, here's a little major pentatonic bit. So, again, 7th position on the D string, 7, 9, 7, 9. And this is right into, once again, a double stop. I'm using ring and pinky again. But hammer, hammer, really introducing the 2nd string with an upstroke. Push it up again, so we're going to bend and release while it's still sounding. Push it up again, let it down again while it's still sounding, and then hit it again, let it down again, pull off, and hammer on, 7, 9. Release. Hit it. Pull, hammer, pull. Now, up to the 10th fret, here's a lot of bending. So a whole step. Further, again, whole step. Come down, hit. And then look at the different bends here. from 10. Again, I'm really in the 8th position when I'm bending 10 because I want index and middle back behind, backing up the strength of the ring finger. And notice there's wrist behind this and even arm. So we want to be aware of how much we're moving the string. Also, when you do this much bending on your G, it really could go out of tune. So make sure that everything's good and stretched out. So bending from 10, whole, 1.5, back to whole, vibrato, 10, 7, bend from 9 on the D string to this 7, back to that 9, a whole step bend, and then hammer, once again, this major pentatonic, 7, 9 on the D, 7, 9 on the G, up, down to this 9, up, less. Now, sliding up here, there is something of a chord, but that's too thick. So what I think is happening is he strikes the G string and the D string is sounding because the finger is flat. This is up to 14. But then drop immediately down a whole step to do this. 12, 10, 11, 10, 12, and then hammer. Continuing on with this accented offbeat, 1, 2, and 3. This is straight up minor pentatonic 10th position. Bend at 12, pinky gets 13, bend, come down, come back to 12, slide up, middle on 13, slide back, still D minor pentatonic, bend again at 12, second string, first string, bend and release at 12, pull off, little Albert King lick in there, and then hammering. So hammering on 10 to 12 A string. Here's the D string, flatten. 10, 12, slide up to 14. Watch the picking in this little 16th note figure. So, string crossing, slide, bend up. Now, here in the 10th position, but jump up a whole step, actually a minor third, 3 frets. So I'm bending from 15 this time, my fingers followed. So 13th position, and then we get double stop, 13th position, 15, 13, grab 14, flatten, and once again, here's our minor pentatonic, 10th position. But notice this, you bend it up and hold it, pinky hits 13, hit the bent third string, let it down, and then 12, 10, 12. So here's this whole last 16th note section, or leading into it. So it is challenging. There's a lot of phrasing to absorb. There's a lot of bending to calibrate. The picking is tricky on those 16th notes at the end. I'm going to walk through the whole thing in slow motion. 1, 2, 3. Timing is real tricky there. 1. 2. Not an easy solo, but it's within reach. It's a great exercise in calibrating your bends, the difference between quarter tone, half step, whole step, minor third. And hitting all that in between. That's part of the sound. This is not meant to be totally pitch precise. It's absolutely feel. Phrasing, very, very clear, really, except for a couple of places where we get these flurries of notes in the middle, and that is the effect that he's going for. But that's part of what makes it so powerful, is that we start off with this very articulated wah wah ba dee da ba 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 ba, and then going into this wilder middle section with the bends and the looser rhythms, but ending up with that boo da da dee da dee da boo da beep bop wop bop bop wee ba da dee da ba dee da ba da 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 bee ba do ba ba da. Really locked in, very strong rhythm, very clear phrasing. It's a great solo. Eric Clapton's always been one of my favorite guitar players. He was one of my first inspirations. This solo, certainly one of the first things, like I said earlier, that showed me what a guitar solo was supposed to sound like. So have fun with this. Enjoy the challenge. It is worth the effort. Shout out to the folks that provided the backing track. I've got that link down below, as is the link to the tab in the description of the video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you next time.